What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. As you guys know on my channel, I strive to keep it consistent, call it straight down the middle. And being a Bay Area native, it kind of pains me to say this because I love where I come from. I love the Bay. Great place to visit if you've never been there. And I feel bad for Virgil Hunter, and that's what this video is about. Virgil Hunter, not me feeling bad for him, but just him in general. And it appears that fellow Bay Area trainer Virgil Hunter has had a severe dry spell with his stable. Now, I would say the most complete fighter in his stable, without a shadow of doubt, is Andre Ward. Andre Ward, however, has been very inactive in general. A lot of people have him number 2 pound for pound. I do as well, but you got other guys who are continually fighting multiple times a year. The Kovalevs, the Stevensons, who they're fighting 3 and 4 times a year, winning by impressive knockouts and, you know what I mean, fighting the competition that's available in their divisions. Then Andre Ward has been inactive based on injury. He's been inactive based on rehabbing that injury, the physical therapy and everything that comes with it. Now recently, he's going through court litigations with Goose and Tudor, and he's trying to separate his contract or void his contract with them. He doesn't like how he's being represented or whatever. So I think that's keeping him out of the limelight, keeping him out of fights as well. So I thought after he had his shoulder surgery and the rehab for it and recovered, he fought Edwin Rodriguez, fought a good fight, and I thought we'd see more of him. But it's been most of the same. He's still been, for a different reason, but he's still been out of the spotlight. So it becomes kind of hard to keep someone at number 2. We can't just hold your spot in line. You know what I mean? And we have to see you fight. Andre Ward's a hell of a fighter. He's a complete fighter, one of my favorites. And I talked about this on my Instagram, and I mentioned Andre Ward and reached out to him, and he replied, "I'm coming, bro. Thanks for the support," basically. So he basically said he's coming back in action, and he's dealing with what he has to deal with. So quick, sweet, and simple reply from the SOG. So leave Andre Ward out of the equation. He's still a complete fighter, great fighter. Then you look at the other fighters in the Virgil Hunter stable, and they're not winning their fights. Alfredo Angulo fought Canelo. He looked really sluggish in that fight, and Canelo was just piecing him up. Canelo had a great game plan, came out ferocious, and just really start putting it on him, putting his punches together, opening up. And even though Canelo, to me, like maybe fatigued or slowed down towards the stretch of the fight, he was still winning every round, and he was still more accurate and the busier fighter, fighting at a more comfortable pace. The pace that he fought first, I was like, damn, how long is Canelo going to be able to keep this up? But either way, he dominated Angulo. I mean, I'd be hard-pressed to give Angulo a round where he convincingly won. And if you disagree with that, let me know what Angulo did in what round and time frames in which Angulo was really successful to the point where you would have gave him the round. So Angulo lost that fight, and I thought that was going to be a really competitive fight. Then, most recently, Mayfield versus Thomas Delorme. And Mayfield he came out with the wrong game plan. Like I said in my post-fight video, you're boxing a guy at the wrong distance. Roy Jones Jr. was saying it. Thomas Delorme is athletic. He has hand speed. He has decent foot movement, and he has longer arms than you, and he's taller than you. You don't want to be on the end of his punches. You have to utilize a jab, work your way in, and a lot of people sleep on this fact. But if you look at Mayfield and you look at Mike Tyson, I'm not comparing the two because they're totally different weight classes, different styles, and everything. But guys like that are shorter than a lot of their competition, and they have that tank, real compact body frame, if they fight like Mike Tyson fought and have similar attributes, then that's when they're most effective. Like, people sleep on Mike Tyson and think he was just some brawler. I'm not talking about post-prison Tyson. I'm talking about motherfucking Iron Mike Tyson was a beast. And he did a lot of things that, because he's such a knockout artist, went under the radar. But his head movement, I've seen Tyson with guys that are taller than him, and they're throwing punches, they have long arms, and he's bobbing and weaving and ducking down, like almost doing a full squat with his knees, and he's ducking and avoiding and evading different shots. So what Mike Tyson did in there was beautiful, and some of those things you can't really teach. He just had natural God-given power and speed, and I think people sleep on Tyson. I think Mayfield should have done something at least similar to that, or similar to Lamont Peterson. Like I said, what Peterson did with Khan. He tracked him down. He made it uncomfortable. He mugged him. He didn't give him too much space and too much room to breathe. A lot of fighters, and I think Thomas Delorme would have been the same way, because his chin, to me, is not really granite. You know what I'm saying? I think he has a soft chin. But the thing is, you have to get past that athleticism, penetrate that fortress, and then that's when you're gonna be successful. I think Kareem Mayfield was kind of smothering his work, and he was getting in too close, and he wasn't able to land anything of note in some of those rounds when he was in too close, and he was fighting at the wrong spacing. So one thing I didn't like as far as Virgil Hunter's concerned is the corner advice in some of the early to mid rounds. They're showing him, and they don't show you everything they're saying, but from what I was seeing, Virgil Hunter seemed so calm and passive. And when your fighter is slipping behind or losing some of the early rounds, possibly digging themselves in a hole and making the rounds closer than what they need to, you got to light a fire in their ass. Maybe they don't see what you see going in, or they're trying to adjust to the speed. And you can't blame the trainer for the fighter not fighting or the fighter not winning. But I still would like to see more passion. And I'm not saying Virgil Hunter's not passionate, because I think he really loves his fighters and he treats them like family. But I just wanted to see a little bit more when your fighter is not doing what needs to be done to secure the round. Perfect example of this, the De'Aaron Jean fight versus Lamont Peterson. If you watch Barry, he slapped Lamont Peterson. I even posted this on my Instagram, @BoxingEgo. He slapped him. He's like, what the fuck you doing? Because Lamont Peterson was trying to get too cute. You got to remember, you're in there with the guy who's known for having some power. You don't want that. You don't want those problems. You don't want to force the wrong type of fight based on trying to be cute and showboat and trying to put on a show. Fight your fight, win it convincingly, move on. You know what I'm saying? Another example of this, Joel Diaz versus Ruslan Provodnikov. When Bradley fought Provodnikov, he came back to the corner, and Joel Diaz was livid. He was fucking pissed because Bradley was fighting a dumb fight. He sprayed him with the water. He might have even slapped him. And Joel Diaz was like, Timmy, what the fuck are you doing, man? And he was pissed because Bradley was fighting like this chip on his shoulder bullshit that was going to get him knocked out if he continued. And he was like, you got to go and fucking box this guy. And he was hot. And that's what I like to see. And I wish I'd seen a little bit more of that animation from Virgil Hunter in the Kareem Mayfield fight, because I think Mayfield could have taken Delorme out. It's just putting it together. You got to let your hands go. And Virgil Hunter just, like I said, he seemed really, really extremely calm, minus the 12th round. The 12th round, he's like, basically said, you got to go in there and knock this dude down or knock him out. But I need to see that passion, and I love seeing that from the corner. I think Virgil Hunter was just really, like, chill, like, okay, so you gotta get this guy out of there. I never seen you like this, Reed. A man different than a dog, man. This guy is stiff in there. You gotta get this guy out of there. He real stiff. Like, no, you gotta just, like, you gotta get it going for your fighter. So, Virgil Hunter, I really like him. Tons of wisdom. But I feel in the trainer game, you got guys like Robert Garcia, and I'm not saying he's better than him, but Virgil Hunter needs to win, point blank, period. He needs to start winning. Virgil Hunter is being mentioned with the Robert Garcias of the world and the Freddie Roaches. Freddie Roach's elite Pacquiao came back with the Rios performance, so that was a good win for him. Freddie Roach, too, for the record, had a severe dry spell. Pacquiao got knocked out. Latif Coyote lost. Amir Khan lost. So he went through his dry spell, and it happens with trainers. But in recent memory, the top trainers are winning more fights with their stable of fighters. And Joel Diaz with Bradley, who's still undefeated. And I think he has Omar Figueroa, who's winning. He fought Arakawa. That was a good fight, etc. Robert Garcia, his fighter's just off the biggest win of his career, Maidana over Broner. That's probably one of the biggest wins, maybe in line with the Victor Ortiz win. So Virgil Hunter simply needs to win. And it's one thing. I think another problem is he's taking on the people that are going to Virgil Hunter are, I'm not going to say damaged goods, but they're damaged fighters, spiritually, mentally, physically. he has like Andre Berto, Amir Khan, guys who have like suffered tremendous losses. I think honestly, if Virgil Hunter would have got some of these guys earlier on, like he did with Andre Ward, it would be better. But boxing is a "what have you done for me now" type of sport. Some of you guys don't remember the Janet Jackson song, "What have you done for me lately?" Like Eddie Murphy said on Eddie Murphy Raw, "Eddie, what have you done for me lately?" But that's what it is. That's what boxing is. What have you done for me lately? So that's how you're viewed. And Virgil Hunter is not really in the limelight. Like after the Canelo lost, Angulo lost, Kareem Mayfield, Thomas Delorme, etc. So he basically has to get back in the winner's circle because people are viewing him as not a good trainer. Like I said, I think if he got some of these guys at a younger age, he would be able to teach them and mold them. Amir Khan had a suspect performance against Julio Diaz, and I mean, I can't blame the trainer all the way because it's the fighter. They got to do what is needed to secure the victory too, because they're the only ones fighting. So let me know what you guys think of Virgil Hunter. That's the whole purpose and topic of this video. So let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.